What's up, everyone? This is Nathaniel Simkowitz reporting to you live from Brockport, New York, in my place. I'm very pleased to say that I have a place today, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about what I'm working on, what's been going on lately with my work. So I'm just going to get right into it because this mic has been giving me enough trouble this afternoon. So if you see me moving it around a lot or the audio levels change, fuck this thing. So anyway, pretty much what has been going on with my work lately. You haven't done anything in months. I apologize, but school has been keeping me thoroughly busy lately. Like, god damn, I barely had time to just wind down and be myself lately. I've just been working myself to death here. So, that aside, reviews and codex entries, which are two things I said I'm going to be trying to be doing on a regular basis, are on hiatus right now, but they will be coming back for the holidays. I'll probably have another codex entry up during Thanksgiving week, and then I'll have another review up probably during December at some point. I don't know exactly when, but you'll know when. So anyway, things that are going to be happening in the immediate future. I am trying to have a short story published in a literary magazine. This is a short spy story called The Exchange about a hostage exchange gone wrong in 1960s Berlin. If you're into Cold War spy dramas, this will probably be something you'll like. Once I have more information to give you about that, I will let you know. Like where it's going to be published, I will let you know that as soon as I can so you can read it and enjoy it. On that note, I'm probably also going to start working on a short story collection of spy stories. I'm going to write it with every period, every faction, everything under the sun you can think of, probably all the way back from the 18th century through to maybe even the Sins of Peace timeline. That might be a cool little crossover I do. With this collection, I also have a very cool idea, a very cool little contest that I'm going to do. I'll let you know what it is, but once this project is completed. I think you writers are going to find it a very cool opportunity for you, but for right now, I'm not going to tell you much more. When is this going to be completed? I don't know, because I'm making this collection kind of a back burner project. This is going to be when I feel like writing something, but I don't want to work on the Sins of Peace universe. I don't want to do a review, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to write one of these short stories, edit it, and save it for a rainy day and make this collection. So that aside, I'm going to do a big announcement for this video. I have the second act of the trilogy in early development, and you're probably asking, what trilogy? On my Facebook page and on the website, I've announced that The Sins of Peace is the first act of a trilogy. I'm currently working on the second act right now. The second act is going to be called Lies in Pieces. I know pieces is spelled wrong, but that's intentional. So what's going on here? Book picks up 5 years after the Sins of Peace, and I know that's a bit of a time jump, but all the codex entries I'm writing and the introduction to this book should help explain what happened in that 5-year gap. And if you put the two together, it will paint a very interesting picture about the direction of this book and a couple of other things, if you can tell by the cover and the cover art. Cover art, I'll probably release. I don't know when I'm going to have it done. Probably, maybe even by the end of this year. I don't know. Anyway, though, it's going to pick up 5 years later, and the same dynamics are going to continue. 217 and Dutch are still going to be at each other's throats. There's still going to be two sides of the same coin. But I'm also going to have a third character in this. His name's Andrew, but I'm not going to tell you much more other than the fact that he's been a son of a bitch to write. He's a tough character to crack. So I'm going to be introducing this whole conflict between three anti-heroes of who's really right, who's really wrong. But also, too, I'm going to acknowledge that this is on a much larger scale, this book. The events that are going to be happening are going to start to affect the entire world as a whole, so that no longer is it just going to be between these three people and the highest echelons of Alliance leadership. It's going to be involving everyone. It's It's going to be involving leadership of them, the three main characters, freaking Joe who lives across the street from me, all that stuff. It's going to involve everyone. It's going to affect everything. There are going to be some big plot twists in this, some very radical developments to the world. It's going to be epic, and I'm very excited that I'm going to have the chance to write this, and you're going to be very interested when you finally get to read it. Last thing I have to talk about is I have to make a request. I really don't want to do this, but I have to. So, one of the things that I'd love for you to do is that if you've read The Sins of Peace, I'd love it if you went to Amazon.com and gave me a review. I'm not going to tell you specifically what to say in the review. You can freaking put dick pics in the review section for all I care. I'd like a review of The Sins of Peace. I'd prefer them to be positive so that I can build up a base on Amazon and I can hopefully catch a few more people's eyes on this book and see if I can get a few more people to read it. I'm not going to tell you what to write in there. I'm not going to tell you how many stars to give me. I'm just going to ask you to please give me a review. If you have something negative about the book, I'd prefer it if you told me about it personally instead of doing a review about it. Don't worry, I will address your criticism. I will engage you in a discussion to see what I can do to fix it for Lies in Pieces and beyond. So please review my book on Amazon. If you have any feedback for me about things I should fix for the next book I write, please message me on the Facebook page or contact me in the contact window of my website. So please let me know. Damn, I just spit on my monitor. All right, whatever. So I'm going to sign off. This is Nathaniel Simkowitz signing off. And have a good weekend. I know